Hi, Rory here from HypnoTC, the Hypnotherapy Training Company, and this video is all about who can become a hypnotherapist. Now, there are lots of people out there who have thought about learning hypnotherapy but aren't necessarily sure whether they have the right life experience and previous skills, whether from school, university, college, or the jobs that they've done throughout their life in order to become a hypnotherapist. So, this video is all about who can become a hypnotherapist, and long story short, pretty much anyone can become a hypnotherapist. However, regardless of your age, your life experience, all of those things, there are two key factors really when considering becoming a hypnotherapist and when we're looking at taking on students for our Hypnotherapy Diploma course, because we don't tend to just let anyone come on the course without knowing who they are and without knowing these two key factors. So factor one is that you want to learn. You are willing to engage and broaden your horizons and learn new materials and potentially think about things differently that you may have preconceived expectations about. As we teach hypnosis and hypnotherapy, sometimes people come along to our free taster events and some of our one-day workshops, and they have very set, rigid beliefs about what hypnosis is, and they're not flexible and able to change those beliefs when they find out that, well, sometimes the actual reality of hypnosis may be slightly different than their beliefs, which may have been formed by watching hypnosis in the media or reading articles about hypnosis. So if that person is stuck in their belief that to go into hypnosis they must black out and wake up at the end going, oh, I have no idea what happened during the session, not being flexible to be able to change that belief, that's a bit of a flag for us as trainers, but also as a hypnotherapist. It's something that, very fundamentally, very early on, you'll realize that different people respond to hypnosis in different ways. And yes, sometimes you will have people that, like on a stage hypnosis show, they go into hypnosis and go, huh, like that, and they look like they're completely out of it. And yes, sometimes, not so often, but sometimes people will wake up at the end of a hypnosis session or a hypnotherapy session and go, wow, I don't really remember a lot of what was said. However, that makes for good entertainment. That's why people, show that in movies and TV shows, that kind of thing, because it looks really cool. But ask any hypnotherapist, and the majority of the time, they're going to, most of their clients will open their eyes and go, yeah, that was cool. Oh, I like the bit where you did this, or I like the metaphor about walking through the woods. And people tend to remember stuff. And a lot of people, when going into hypnosis, will just be sat in the chair, relaxing, understanding that they're there in the room with the hypnotherapist, knowing what's going on. So people respond differently to hypnosis fundamentally, and people need to be able to learn and to change viewpoints and to accept the standardized ways of teaching hypnosis, because that's what you're going to be using as a hypnotherapist with your clients, and that flexibility is super important. So a willingness to learn is the number one, and number two is that you actually want to help people. And we do, yes, sure, as hypnotherapists, you can earn a really good living as a hypnotherapist helping people. But for a lot of people, and for most of the really good hypnotherapists that we train and that we know of personally, they tend to have that little spark, that interest in what's, how the client will fare after the session, the outcome, and reaching their goal, and actually caring about that client's success moving forwards. For people who it's like, yeah, well, it's just about the money, I can get like £100 or $100 just for like an hour session with a client. Cha-ching, woo! Yeah, sure, that's a factor for a lot of people, especially if you're running hypnotherapy as a business. But it's equally important, if not slightly less important, than the fact that you are there to help somebody. You are a therapist first and foremost, and actually caring about your client's outcome is one of the fundamental things that we look for at HypnoTC when people are looking to join our diploma training, because that positive regard for your clients, that need or that wanting to help people really does come across. And therapists who are, not really interested and who are in it for the money, that kind of thing, they tend to not make as good therapists, not necessarily because they don't have the skills to do so, but more because the clients can pick up on that. And you know, if you've ever worked with a tradesman or someone else who's doing a service for you and their heart's not really in it and they're kind of just doing it to get it done, that comes across. You can feel the difference to when you're working with someone or when someone's doing a service for you and they're really truly passionate about it and they actually care. So those are the two key things that we look for as hypnotherapy trainers, regardless of your age. We've had hypnotherapy students who are literally just left college at 18 years old, all the way through to past retirement age at like 70 plus years old. And we've had students from various different walks of life, lorry drivers, we've had taxi drivers, not just all drivers, we've had doctors and nurses and dentists, dental hygiene assistants, office administrators, we've had scientists and psychologists and pretty much any career that you can think of. We've had that kind of person on our hypnotherapy courses, and different people will use their hypnotherapy skills for different results. Some people want to do it full-time, just as a standalone. Some people would like to do it part-time or to top up their income from another job that they're doing at the time. Other people want to do it just as a hobby, to help friends and family, or even just for self-hypnosis purposes. So there is no mold for a hypnotherapist. You don't have to be a specific type of person. So long as you are keen to learn and you want to help people, those are the two things that will make you a really good hypnotherapist. If you'd like to learn more about our training and what we offer and how we can help you become a hypnotherapist, check out our website, hypnotc.com. The link is in the description below. And let's see how far we can take you on your hypnotherapy journey. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, get in touch with us personally. We're always here to help. Otherwise, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.